All right, morning guys. What's up, soccer? What's up, short it all? What's up, flip? Oh man. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting in on Boeing again this morning. Um, I was building a position and I was banking on the SPY. The SPY had lost this trend line, and it went all the way up to the previous day close, cracked through it, tapped on this level, and now it's starting to come back. But it's looking like it's still wanting to push. And as long as it's still wanting to push, I mean, here's the thing: we are in pre-market hours. Um, SPY can do irrational things. I think the SPY is coming down today. I think Boeing is coming down today. Um, we have had record jobless claims. Um, we, the Senate okayed the $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus, but still, yet, even with that news, um, I think it was just I think some of this stuff was already priced into the market. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say. But I think we're gonna get a pullback and a test of these lows today. It just the Bears seem like they're still in control. Now I could be wrong about that, so I'm going to be very careful with it. But I think it's very possible that SPY is just getting some pre-market buy up, and that it's just going to completely tank and get crushed, and at least come down and test these levels down here at 235, 234. And then of course we've got the purple line marked out for December 2018 lows. So anyway, controlling my risk. I mean, it's not a big deal here, but I am going to be careful with it. But I really do think we can get a good, strong move out the gate, and I think we can do something completely irrational today, even break Boeing on these previous levels at 140 and come all the way down to the 120s, 130s. Now, I don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but I think if SPY gets a major fail today, I think it can happen. But right now, SPY is continuing to push, and again, this is pre-market hours, and so ultimately, I may have to, just take a loss on some of this and wait for the market open. But I would really like to see a fail here soon, and SPY is pulling. I'm seeing a little divergence with that and with Bowen, probably because you've got people that are looking to try to break yesterday's highs. So this is another reason why, if it doesn't start pulling quick, I may just go ahead and get out, see what it does, when the market opens, and then we'll go from there. But right now, SPY seems like it's wanting to pull back and retrace. So I'll give it a second. And then I'll do what I got to do. Morning work diver. Morning note again. Let's see, 173.19. Seems like this could start pulling. So if it gets above 173, probably want to go ahead and pull out. So BA. Oop. Okay. So Sauger's calling out AIM and IBIO. Let's see. Okay. SPY looks like it's gonna be pushing up, so I may have to get out here, but I'll give it a minute. I really do feel like we're just kind of sitting in an irrational pre-market move. Again, I am expecting this to come down, but um, if we get too close to the bell and it's not starting to make some resolution to the downside, I'm gonna have to pull out just to wait for the market open and see what the market does. SPY is meeting some resistance though, right around the previous day close. So, okay, Bowen's continuing to move up, even with SPY meeting that resistance. I'm going to give it a second to work its way out. Yeah, SPY's continuing to push. So, is it going to break? I'm watching SPY right now. I know that this is continuing to go up, but I'm watching SPY. Okay, yeah, and SPY's breaking. Okay, so I got to go ahead and get out. So that's all right. We'll just see what the market does. So I'm going to look up, all right, AIM. I'm not too sure about this. Not too sure about this AIM. Is there any news on it, Sauger? And if there is, what kind of news is on it? IBIO. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will say definitely, good luck with those if you're taking those trades. Looks like SPY might be finally getting the rollover. Boeing could be double topping. Yeah, here we go. Looks like we could get some significant rollover here. Still gonna wait. Just gonna wait at this point for the market to open. AIM Tech announces further efforts to establish clinical trials assessing. Okay. All right, so it's another coronavirus stop. Okay, thanks, Flip. Appreciate it. Notergen's calling BYND. Yeah, you're right. BYND has room to move. That's for sure. It's got room to drop. And then let's see, SIG was another one. This one looks interesting. It doesn't typically move too much, but I'd be interested to see where this goes. Also, JNUG I noticed was making some pretty big moves up. MU reported earnings, I believe. Um, so there was a lot of action on that yesterday. Take a look at AMD. That's usually a pretty good ticker to trade. And it follows the SPY pretty consistently. So, but yeah, JNUG. JNUG is definitely making some moves. So I'm gonna look to see if it, can break bullish today. I'm watching GDX in another chart. So, yeah, I'm pretty much watching SPY out the gate. I think SPY is going to try to make its way up, but I don't see it being able to sustain any kind of a bullish move. I think we're heading down today. So, um, no worries, Sagar. Good to see you back. Yeah, high frequency trading on AIM. You might be right about that. You might be right about that. Looks like we're double topping with yesterday's highs, so I'm going to wait for some kind of a breakout on this. Unless SPY just immediately starts pulling, and as long as there's no divergence between SPY and Boeing, I will be shorting Boeing for hopefully a pretty heavy move today. As I talked about, no, there's no divergence right now, Sagar. There's no divergence as of right now, but we're gonna have to wait for the market to open to see how that really starts to play out. Right now, SPY has broken through some key levels I've marked out. First of all, it's broken through previous day close, and it broke through this level here, which was marked out, and I think this might be a daily level also, but it's kind of tapping on this one. This is the main one right here, 250. I think if it breaks over 250, then I'm going to change my mind on it. Now, can it do it during pre-market? Yes. Again, we're trading light volume. This could just be, people getting squeezed out from people who saw this move yesterday and went ahead and took out some put options or whatever. This could just be a squeeze. We saw this the other day as well. I forget what day it was where it came out. I think this was it. Was this pre-market? Yeah, that was kind of pre-market. It squeezed up, and then ended up crashing right back down. So, and I've drawn this trend line here, and so I'm going to see if it respects that also. But I think this is all artificial. I think this is going to dump. I'm really strong on that. But I don't want to be overcommitted to that trade idea, and so I'm going to watch, and I'm just going to see if it does dump. I am starting to see a little divergence now between SPY and Boeing. SPY seems like it's recognizing this double top, and or Boeing seems like it's recognizing this double top, but there's not enough divergence yet for me to, jump in anticipation of it maintaining those levels. Normally I would, but normally I also wouldn't have had 3 red days in a row, which I've had. So I'm just not. I'm wanting to be careful. I know I'm down 182 from that pre-market trade, but I felt really good about that, and I honestly did not think SPY was going to continue pushing like that, but I should have known. I should have been prepared for it, but it doesn't matter. This isn't hard to make back. We can make this back and then some. And guys, I'm going to do my best to stick to this rule. I mean, if I can get myself up, roughly $300 on the day, I'm going to walk. Now, if I'm still in a trade and this trade's still going in my favor and it's doing well, well, then I'll continue to give it time to play out, and I'll continue to take profits along the way. And then, but any trade that I get out of when I'm over, a certain level, I'm going to stop. And that level's roughly, I said in the recap yesterday, roughly $300. But we'll 300 seems to be the sweet spot for me right now. I've tapped 300 several times and then gave it back. So I think I'm going to shoot for 300 on that, and then you know, I'll get out, I'll keep it moving, and then I'll just try to duplicate that over and over and over for the next several days. Work Diver says he's watching TDOC and W. So TDOC, let's check this out real quick. Okay, was there news on it, Work Diver? Was there any kind of news on it? And you said Wayfair, is it? Yeah, Wayfair. Okay. Yeah, these might be good plays also if there's action. If there's action, and ZM is another one, which ZM seems to be kind of losing its lunch right now. So this could have a very significant move down today. So I might even would consider getting in at the break of 140. TDOC, no volume. Let's see. Okay, SPY looks like it's starting to pull. Bone looks like it's starting to pull. Market's going to open up soon. Okay. Little divergence with Boeing and SPY. SPY looks like it wants to get bought, but I don't think it is going to get bought. Okay. Okay, SPY is getting bought. So coming out half there. SPY's making its way up, but they're still looking like there wants to be a sell-off on Boeing. So going to try to stick with this. Let's see. Nope. Okay, SPY's getting bought. Okay, I'm going to come out of Boeing for right now. I'm just going to see. We're going to see if it can track with the SPY. SPY's getting bought up. This could just be a squeeze, guys. This could just be a squeeze. This could just be a squeeze on SPY. Boeing looks like it's breaking all-time highs. SPY looks like it's turning around. American Airline doing the same thing. It's possible that SPY is going to have a hard time holding up here. And go ahead and go short in anticipation of SPY getting wrecked here. It's holding VWAP. I'll come out if I have to, but I'm going to give it time to play out. See if we can get crushed all the way back down here. Okay. SPY is making a move down. It's holding that line from the other day. It's coming back up. Is it going to get bought, or is it going to keep getting crushed? Right now it's below VWAP. Could get completely crushed here. We're going to see how it reacts. SPY's getting crushed. Not too much sell volume, so I may want to consider coming out here. See what it does. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, I'm going to come out a little. It's coming up above VWAP, but still kind of bearish on it. It's coming up. It's making a move. Making a move. It's coming up to test those levels on the 1 minute. Very little buy volume though. Still think it's weak. Let's see. No, it's getting bought. It's getting bought. It's coming up, but I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it quite yet. Okay. Come back in. Looks like it's getting crushed through VWAP. Looks like it wants to get bought, but I don't know if it is going to get bought. Let's see. This could be the fail point. I'm going to come out a little bit just in case. Just in case it runs. Still think it's weak, guys. Okay. It's pushing, but just going to give it a second. Give it a second to retest all of this. Okay. Is it going to get bought? Is it going to get bought? Looks like it's getting bought. Okay, coming out. We're going to see what happens here. All right, so it's still pushing. See if there's any divergence on Boeing. See about American Airlines. There's a pretty massive sell-off on American Airlines and Boeing. Okay, so SPY's still making a move up. So I'm gonna let it go for a minute and see what happens. Still thinking there's gonna be a sell-off on it. May just take a while for that to happen. There's divergence here. SPY's continuing to push. There continues to be divergent with American Airlines, or divergence, I should say. Okay, I'm going to go short on American Airlines. There seems to be enough divergence between that and the SPY. I want to see immediate resolution. There it goes. There it goes. See if we can get the break of 16. Okay, good sell-off on American Airlines. Consider adding again at the break of 16. Okay, I'm going to come out half just in case. See if we can get the break here. Okay, coming out. I'm going to try again. SPY's continuing to push, but there's continued divergence. So, see if we get the break of 16 on American Airlines. It's pulling up. Let me go ahead and jump in again here and just give it some time to play out. And add again at the break of 16. Continues to be divergence with American Airlines. And the SPY. There we go. See if we get the crack through here. SPY's pulling. SPY's pulling. We're going to get back in here, American Airlines. Got 400 at a 1604 average. Want to see a break. Man, I'll tell you what, it's having the roughest time, guys. But if we can get this break, this will be clutch. There it is. There's the break. Just be patient with it. Be patient with it. Start coming out a quarter. Break of 80. Come out a quarter position. There we go. Coming out a quarter there. Got 300 shares left. I'll take out another quarter in the 60s. Okay, we got 225 shares left. SPY's wanting to get bought up on the VWAP. Boeing looks like it's following suit here. See where the next level is. Roughly 1556. Need to consider adding. Continued divergence. Bowen looks like it's wanting to lose its lunch also. I'm going to go short another 200 there. We've got 425 shares at a 1590 average. Need to see continued momentum to the downside. You see continued move to the downside. I will consider adding again if we get the break of these levels. SPY's tanking, so just really need to, I want to be able to bring that average far enough down to where I can stay away from it. It's whippy, guys, it's choppy. Okay, there we go, come on, there we go. It's getting continued flush to the downside. It's weak, but wanted to see more there. Wanted to see more. There we go. Let's continue to see it get crushed. I want to see it break through 1556. There we go. I'm going to add again. We got a 1580 average. There we go. Breaking through 56. There we go. See continued momentum to the downside. I'll start piecing out. Okay, I'm going to come out a little there. Okay, it's getting bought up, but the SPY is getting crushed. So there's some good levels there, guys. So I want to be careful. I want to be careful. It's whippy. It's whippy. There we go. We'll see it continue to get crushed. See it break 40s. There we go. Come on. See if we can break 40s. There we go. Okay, I'm going to come out half. We got 235 at a 1562 average. It's having a hard time, guys. And let's see. Okay, it's getting bought up, so I'm going to come out there, just see what happens here. See if Bowen's going through the same thing. Yeah, Bowen is kind of going through the same thing. But Boeing is proving that it has basically double topped. The only thing with SPY is it's getting a bounce. Let me show you guys. It's getting a bounce off of this key area right here. This is where SPY is getting a bounce. And this is, you can see it's bouncing perfectly. So we need to see SPY break through this 250 level. I think if SPY breaks through that, we'll continue to get a move to the downside on Boeing and on AOL. But if it bounces and comes back up, and it, you know, if there's a pretty strong retracement there, then we have to be careful. But I'm still sticking to the plan here. I think SPY is weak. I think it's weak, and I'm going to start loading in with 25 shares on Boeing, and if it breaks VWAP, I'll have to consider getting out. Actually, let's see. No, I may actually add. I may actually add. Now if it breaks VWAP and remains over VWAP, closes over VWAP, then I would have to probably get out. I don't think I could justify adding there. It's a pretty nice buy up on the 5-minute. Okay, and it ended on top of that 9 EMA on the 5-minute, but SPY is coming down to retest that 250 level. So I think as long as SPY comes down and retests that 250 level, I mean, we should get a solid move down, I would think, on Boeing. Like to see a solid enough move down on it, but it's maybe one of those things where I just have to scalp it. I don't know. Gonna watch. Obviously, right now at this point, I'm kind of tempted to add to my position, but SPY looks like it's going to break that level. Okay, and it is. It's breaking it. I want to see Boeing follow suit. I want to see Boeing follow suit. Boeing's having a hard time. So I'm going to come out half on Boeing. Keep this 13 shares and just consider adding to the position. See what it's looking like on the 1 minute. I want to see a definite move down. Definite move down for Boeing. Okay, I'm going to jump in 170.23. Got 38 shares. Really want to see Boeing get flushed to the downside. If it starts making its way back up towards VWAP, I'll probably have to get out. Needs to get crushed here. Boeing needs to get absolutely crushed here. SPY's attempting to break over VWAP. Doesn't look like it's happening. There we go. Come on, Boeing. Come down. This could be the move. So I just want to be patient with it. But if it breaks that 20 moving average, I'm gonna have to come out. Okay. All right, I got to come out of Boeing. This could be a good place for a long. Yep. It's proven to be a good place for a long. See if Boeing's doing the same thing. See if it can close above that 20 on the 1 minute. Boeing getting a VWAP rejection. SPY still strong. SPY still strong. Boeing gaining strength. American Airlines gaining strength. As long as SPY continues to push, guys, I still think SPY is going to get a major drawback today. There's still divergence with American Airlines, so I'm glad I did not take that long. It still might be a good long, but there is divergence. It's weak. So I'm just going to sit on the sidelines for a minute and see what all this stuff is doing here. Let's see. Good job, Mark. Long JNUG, BYND, long, okay. How's JNUG going for you, Sagar? And how's BYND, Notigan? Seems like light volume. ZM seems like it might be decent for a short. It's not really getting a lot of buy up. Could be short squeezing though. American Airlines is starting to move up. Okay, so it's starting to move with the SPY. Boeing is testing those previous day highs again, right here at 174.76. So it's basically breaking out through it, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens here. Still going to wait for a pullback on the SPY. I think it's coming. See what NVIDIA looks like. BYND was just a scalp, had issues with TOS. Even their simulator lags at the open. I can't simulate for the first 15 minutes of the day. Long BA at the moment from VWAP crossover. Okay, yeah, be careful with that. Just be careful with it. You know, it's having a hard time breaking through the previous day highs. And I'll go ahead and mark that out for you real quick. So previous day highs. Oops, nope, that wasn't it. Or was it 174.95? $174.76. Basically right there. So you can see we're kind of struggling at it now. SPY, as long as SPY stays strong, it could remain strong. American Airlines is, you see, there's a difference here though. There's still a divergence on American Airlines. It's still weak. Because look at how massively SPY is getting bought up, and look at how weak American Airlines is. So that's something to consider. Good job, note again. W up 13%. Good job, work diver. Yeah, it is. Good move. Good move on Wayfair. Let me take a look at SIG. See where that is. It's not doing much. Let's look at TDOC. TDOC is doing well too. Good call on that, work diver. So I personally am just I'm gonna see what happens with the SPY. Before getting in on anything else. Okay. Boeing having a hard time. I'm going to go ahead and get in there. In anticipation of some follow through to the downside. See if we can get a break. Break on Boeing. See if we can get a good solid move down on those 25 shares. Here we go. It's not really breaking. It's having a hard time. It's having a hard time. Let's see where we're looking at right here. SPY's pulling, Boeing is not, so just going to see how this plays out here. We're going to break back through those previous day highs. If it loses 172, I'll consider getting back in. Not much divergence there, though. Staying on top of that VWAP. Really want to see it get busted through there. Trying to break back up through the previous day high. Got above it. They're going to maintain. They're going to maintain. We'll give it a second to find out. Just pulling back. Looks like it may start to push up a little. Got 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle to see. Okay. All right, got to come out. Man, just can't call it. SPY's weak. American Airlines is very potentially having a VWAP rejection here. Find out. SPY's still pushing. So negative 51 on the day so far. Man, this is hard to read this morning. Yeah, it really is. Mark is asking, do you only trade those stocks on your watch list? Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I'll check scanners every now and then. I'll see if there's something, something else going on out there. Like AFL, this was a really difficult one yesterday, but just because I kept trying to short into it. But it looks like right now it's actually pretty good shape for a long, especially with the SPY being strong. So may continue along this one. See if we can move up to that 50-day moving average. See what the 5-minute looks like. Yeah, I'll let that play out for a minute. I'll come back and check on this one again, by the way. SPY's continuing to push. I'm still, I've said it 100 times. I'm still bearish on it. I think we had so many people that were expecting it that we're in a I think the markets are in an overall short squeeze, but I think this is still bear territory. Yeah, JNUG is holding 7. The thing is JNUG oftentimes will follow Daddy SPY. It's been doing that recently anyway. GDX, they're all following SPY. So the thing is SPY is getting so close to that place where there genuinely could be a pullback, and so it's like, man, if you go long on it now and then SPY finally gets that pullback, well then JNUG's going to end down, in the 640s. But it is holding and SPY is going up at the moment, so it might be worth taking along here on this. Might be worth taking along. And just seeing where this goes long term today. But I'll tell you right now, if SPY is finally getting that pullback, then JNUG is going to get that pullback. SPY keeps pushing and GDX keeps pushing, then we could see some momentum out of that. So SPY's still pushing. This could just be a pullback. But obviously I'll have to be ready to get out if it's not. So I got in at 704. I would probably I'd have to at least get out half my shares at the break of 690. SPY looks like it's starting to get that pullback. So unless it keeps pushing, if it keeps pushing, I'll stay in JNUG. But if it starts pulling back, I've got to get out because I don't even want to see what happens from here. SPY's pulling. You see a nice push on JNUG. SPY's pushing now. It's good. Let's see JNUG get this breakout. See if GDX can get the breakout. Man, it's just having a hard time. And now SPY's starting to pull. Yeah, probably need to get out of this. GDX is coming back pretty severely. Okay, I'm going to come out on that for right now. AFL is drawing back. AAL is continuing to make a move up. Boeing made a strong move up over previous day's high. Okay, good job. Good job, Notigan. SPY's still looking fairly strong, but just gonna keep it on watch. Zoom tapping up on these levels here, pretty important levels. NVIDIA is coming up. Boeing, let's see if SIG is still coming up. SIG is a very slow mover. Ford is a very slow mover. Okay, go short here on SPY. Looks like SPY could be getting a drop. I want to see that confirmed on the 2-minute. It's getting bought up on that 9 EMA. It's coming back up. It's going to try. It's going to attempt. Okay, so I took it at 57. I would want to, let's see, it's losing it. It's losing it. Looks like it's going to continue to make a move down. Okay, we're going to add in. Got 400 at 53. Nope, SPY's getting bought right back up off of that 9 EMA on the 2-minute. So, thinking this is the turning point, could totally be wrong about that. Expecting to move back down to VWAP. But this has got to be the turning point. If it's not, then we'll have to get out. But it is getting bought right up. It's getting bought right up off that EMA. Okay, coming out half and coming out the rest. It's getting bought right back up. But at some point, I mean, this is just, I'll tell you what, this is, let's see it come up to the top there. I'm going to cover that up for the time being. Just don't even want to see what's going on there. Just want to be able to trade what I'm seeing here. So currently no confirmation on anything. Yeah. This actually looks like a rollover pattern on BYND, to be completely honest with you. I would actually be prone to go, I'd be prone to go short on this one. So make sure I'm in. Am I in? Yeah, I'm in. I think we could even get a test of some of these levels down here. So we got 200 at 710. I want to see a good solid crack down through these levels here. Okay, SPY is racing up to those other levels. I had a very, very, very significant number marked out here on SPY. Right here, 256.90. So that's the point that, I mean, that would be, if it breaks that, this is what I was telling you guys about this morning. You know, if it breaks this, I'm going to be, my whole sentiment is going to change. Now it's got to break and stay above though. It's got to break and stay above. So it broke it and it's getting a major sell off. It broke it, it's getting a major sell off, which could help me on BYND. I'd really love to see BYND get crushed down to these levels here. But this is where we want to see the sell off. Looking for BYND to make this move. SPY is getting rejected from that level. BYND could get crushed here, but it really needs to get crushed. And it's pausing. I'm going to go ahead and take 100 off there just in case. Let 100 ride from 70 just because I don't like the action here, and I don't want to get caught in some massive short squeeze that puts me too far under. SPY is selling off. Where's JNUG? AFL is doing basically the opposite of what it was doing yesterday. So American Airlines, let's see where they're at. See where Boeing's at. They're trying to push, but I don't know, guys. I think we're seeing some artificial movement here, but I honestly have no clue at this point. I mean, I really don't. This whole market is just kicking my tail left and right, kicking butt and taking names. And doesn't even care. Doesn't even care. SPY really getting rejected off that level though. Just would love to see it. I'm going to give it a chance to retest. It may go without me, but I'm going to give it a chance to retest. Let's see where BYND is. Long AAL looking for a break over 17. This will be my last stock to trade. Okay. It could very well get that move too. It could very well get that move. Obviously, if this comes over VWAP, I want to get out. So 100 shares at 70, 55. Stop. Limit. Oops. Let's see. Stop limit. Where is it? 70.52. Man, BYND is having such a hard time getting resolution to the downside. Okay, could this be the move here? Give it a chance for retesting. Okay, is it going to break through? Be interesting to see. I don't know, guys. I'll be right back, though. Okay, this could be the moment where SPY gets a little bit of a rejection. Stocks rise sharply even after jobless claims top 3 million. That's why I'm still bearish on this. I think everything we've seen this morning has been artificial buy up. I think it's been short squeezes. I think it's been a lot of things. And I think the SPY is about to come back down. Question is when is it going to make that move? And can we catch it? The last thing I want to do is get back in and it get pumped. Looks like it finally might be making that move, but it's continuing to get bought up. It's bouncing. Very little sell-off. Done trading, down 93, probably down 140 after commissions. We'll watch from the sideline now. All right, Sauger. Well, you're doing better than me, man. AFL has broken VWAP. Maybe a solid pullback there. Okay, SPY looks like it's finally breaking. Where's that 5 minute? Man, I'll tell you what, man, it's getting bought right back up. I try to give it some room here. Try to give it some room. Okay, it's coming right back up. American Airlines showing divergence. SPY strong, guys. I mean, it just is. It's strong. American Airlines, it's keeping that strong. Boeing, keeping it strong. I don't want to get in right now. I'm thinking that we are probably going to be facing some kind of reversal. BYND is taking its sweet time. Could this be the turnaround for American Airlines? If SPY comes up to that green line that I marked out, that 256.90 level, and it rejects, I'm going short. I'm going short on a lot. But it's got to reject. It's got to reject that level. And if it pushes through it, then it pushes through. And right now it really looks like it's going to push through. Here's SPXL. Just to show you what the SPY is actually doing right now. SPY's breaking back out. It's breaking through that line. Seeing a little divergence on American Airlines. Just a little, not much. There's a lot of levels here. A lot of levels. Critical levels. SPY's having a hard time though. Breaking through it. Okay, I'm going to go short on American Airlines. Seems like SPY is struggling, so I'm going to give it a minute. May even add if it comes up. Okay, SPY's now pushing through it. Okay, so SPY's pushing through it. Can it maintain above it though? And it doesn't look like it is. Looks like it's getting rejected. Looks like it's getting rejected. But we need to see a good, solid, stable rejection here. Okay, it's getting bought back up. I'm going to try to be patient, guys. Patience has not played out very well for me, though, here in the last couple of days. A lot of times I'll try to be patient, and then it'll end up just taking off. But, okay, SPY got rejected. SPY got rejected. Let's also take, I'm also going to go short here. SPXL. We should be getting, hopefully that was a double top rejection. There we go. There we go. Come on. Let's keep it moving, SPY. Keep it moving. Looks like it's getting bought up, but I don't trust it. I think we're going down, guys. I think we're going down. And just faced a double top rejection here. But I'll be ready to get out if I have to. I think that level was the level. But I really need to see SPY sell off here. It's got to break. It's got to break the 255.37 levels. I will consider adding. There we go. Looks like we might get the break of that. So if we do, consider adding on SPXL. There we go. Come on. Trying to be patient, guys. Trying to be patient. Almost want to just come in here and take profit for no reason. Okay, it's getting bought up. But considering going short again on AAL. SPY breaks. Looks like it's going to. It's got to break 255.50. It's got to break 255.50. Where are we at here on the 2 minute? 5 minute. There it is. There it is. Break it. Oh man, it's holding. I'll tell you what, it is holding, guys. SPY's holding. There it goes. Come on, there it goes. Crush it, crush it. There we go. Headed down to VWAP. Headed down to VWAP. We should be anyway. I mean, I'm going to be ready for any kind of a buy up here. There we go. Come on, SPY. Pull. Keep pulling. Okay, American Airlines. I'll wait for a pullback on it. SPXL. Just basically tracking with the SPY here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and come out half on SPXL. What did I just do? Oops. Just added, did not mean to do that. Added on SPXL accidentally at 25.83. So I'm going to look to get out as it continues to move down. As it continues to get crushed. SPY looks like it's going to continue to get crushed. The only thing is it's holding on to that 9 EMA on the 5 minute. So I need to be very careful with that. There it goes. There it goes. Come on. Push. Push. Let's get a good solid pull down. Okay, SPY's pulling. SPY's pulling. And as soon as we get another drop, I'm going to take off half on SPXL, taking off half. Okay, we got 150 at a 25.76 average. American Airlines. Look to see that pull down to VWAP. SPY's continuing to pull. SPY's continuing to pull. I will really want to see it close below the 9 EMA on the 5 minute. Okay, American Airlines. Looks like it wants to come up. SPY's coming up temporarily. And give it a little more time, guys. Gonna give it a little more time. BYND, I wish I had held on to that 200 shares. I would have taken half off. 2 minutes. It's holding the 9 EMA on the 5 minute. Tapping up against the 9 EMA on the 1 minute. And sitting on top of the 20 EMA on the 2 minute. It's just resting. I don't think this is... I think we can still get down past 1650 on American Airlines. I think we can still make it down to VWAP. SPY's pushing up though. SPY's pushing up now. Really need to see a fail right here. We really need to see a massive fail on that buy up. So looking for a massive fail on the buy up. And what I may do is go ahead and come out. Let's see. Where are we? Need to see a massive fail under that 9 EMA Okay. Okay. Got to come out American Airlines. Even though it might continue to drop, it just I'm trying to be careful here just in case it makes another strong, really strong push up. And SPXL, what I'm basically watching for, and I'll pull up the SPY chart here. I'm watching for another retest here and a rejection, but if it breaks up through these levels, I've got to get out. And I probably need to go ahead and just I want to give it time to work out, because what we're seeing here on the 5-minute is we're seeing the SPY get bought up off of that 9 EMA. So that's strong, but it's still at this level, guys. It could still teeter at this level for a while and then eventually fall. I really think that's what's going to happen. I mean, I'm still extremely bearish. Still extremely bearish on this right now, guys. And let me check into BYND. So, okay, BYND was doing phenomenal, and now it looks like they're trying to get a nice short squeeze out of it. So, man, I'd hate for this to come all the way back up to these levels. What's the previous 15-minute candle is 70.12. So I will remove 50 shares at the break of 70. Stop. Let's see. Stop limit. We'll do 691. And stop limit buy 50 there, and then a stop limit buy of basically that. Hopefully this will just continue to drop and get rejected. Would love to see a move down to the 68 levels. And SPY is getting a rejection. So let's look at American Airlines. It's getting the rejection with it. Let's look at Boeing. Boeing looks like it could be getting the rejection with it. NVIDIA following suit. ZM, a lot of topping tails here, a lot of wicks. This could get a move down. This looks like kind of like a rollover pattern. So I would consider getting in there, but honestly right now I need to see how the rest of these are going to work out. So SPY looks like it's moving down. I'm going to add to my position. We got 350 shares at 25.57 on SPXL. I would love to see a good smooth rundown here on SPXL. And I would love to see a rundown to the $25 levels. So 25.15. I'll consider taking some off in the 25.20s. And obviously, if SPY starts showing any sign of retracing, then I'll consider taking half my shares off. But I'd really like it to get down to the 25.20s to remove the first half of my profit. So SPY is making a move towards VWAP. It could get a VWAP bounce. And that will not allow me to get half my shares off in the 20s, but I would love for it to break right through that VWAP and continue making that move. You know what, SPY's weak. I don't think it's going to see any major kind of a bounce. I could be wrong, guys. I've definitely been wrong before, but this is kind of the area where I think I would just add. I think I would add. But we've got to see a good solid move. We have to. Okay, so SPY is going to get a little bit of a retracement here, but it did close on the last 5-minute candle below the 9 EMA. And I think we are going to continue to make a move down. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to go and back to retest those 250 levels. I have it marked out right here. I'll show you. So this is the S&P 500. I'm looking for a break of the VWAP, and I'm looking for a retest of this level down here. Where this green line is, right here around the 250 levels. Could it bounce off of VWAP and come back up? Absolutely. So we need to be ready for that. I'm going to be watching for a recovery of the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. That's what I'm going to be looking for. A recovery of the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. Otherwise, I'm going to sit on these 350 shares as long as I possibly can. Now that we've got this bounce here, I you know how I said I was going to take half my shares off if it broke down into the 25-20s? Well, I will not do that now, because if it comes up and bounces and ends up curling back down, I think we're going to get a good solid move down to these levels down here. And so I will hold those shares longer. I'll probably take first profit, maybe even quarter position off at the $25 level. So hopefully we can get back on the day today, guys. This has been ridiculous. I'm really looking to not only make for this to make a move back, but for me to be able to actually get into some kind of profit on the day today. So even if it's $150, but again, want to make sure that it cannot reclaim the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. If it does that, again, I'm going to have to get out. And, I really don't want to do that. I'm trying to be patient with this stuff, guys. And by the way, if you guys are talking in the chat, I have not had a chance to look at it yet. So I'm just kind of, I'm looking for some very specific movement here in these critical moments. So SPY needs to prove that it is continuing to make a leg down towards those 250 levels. And we need to see that by a break of the 9 EMA. So I'll check BYND note again. I actually just peeked over real quick and saw your comment there, so I will check that. But I'll tell you what, if SPY continues to fail, I think it's going to pull other stocks with it. So, and SPY is pulling pretty hard. It's pulling pretty hard. If we can get a break of that VWAP. Now, if it bounces here on these levels, I'm going to have to take half off, because that means that we could be getting a VWAP reversal, and I don't want this trade to go against me. So, okay, we have not cleared that 5-minute on the 9 EMA, and it looks like we're about to break the previous 5-minute candle's low. So as long as we can stay in there, we need to see a continued move to the downside and a flush through VWAP. Again, if it looks like it's going to bounce, I've got to come out half my shares, and I've got to take profit. Okay, and it's moving. It's moving down. It's pausing. It's holding. Okay, coming out half my shares right there. I did not want to do that, guys, but like I said, if this looks like we're going to get a VWAP rejection, then I cannot take a chance. Okay, so we closed below the 5-minute candle. We closed below the 5-minute candle, and this might be a place to add if we break VWAP. This very well might be the place to add, but if it starts coming up, I'm gonna have to get out. And again, I don't want to do that, but you know, I've got to do what I got to do. Just trying to make a move up. Let's see, BYND. I think it's coming to test low of day. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and buy 50 shares right there, and I'll reset. See if we can get a move down there real quick. I might even need to just take it off there. Let's see, can I get off 50 shares? There we go. So I got off 50 of my shares there. SPY's trying to make a leg up. It's getting a VWAP. Looks like it's getting a VWAP bounce. So, dadgummit. It's not one thing, it's another. Let's just see if we can fail. Here's what so I put my attention on BYND, and I kind of lost a little bit of focus here. Let's just see if we can maintain this trend line. And try to be a little patient with it on SPXL. And then BYND, I would love to add at the break of the low of day. So I'm going to go ahead and add there. So we got 100 shares at 69.06. If it comes back past 68.67, or let's see, previous 5-minute candle, where we got 69.06. Yeah, so okay, we're getting the drop here. We're getting a good drop here. SPY's getting a drop. 67.03. Actually, let's do 67.43 buy, and then we'll do a 68.67 stop limit. $61 stop buy there. Okay, SPY looks like it's testing that trend line. But it looks like it could fail. You can see it looks like it's going to be a VWAP rejection, but still not entirely sold out to that. Do 67.33. If SPY still comes down, so SPY is rejecting off of that trend line so far. Obviously, if it goes, I've got to take it. I mean, obviously. So I've got an order to pick up 50 shares at 67.33. I'm hoping that we get enough of a flush down there to get those out. And then I'll put a stop somewhere else. There we go. We're going to get it. We're going to break 50. We're going to break 50. There we we go. It's having a hard time breaking 50. Okay. Having a hard time breaking 50, so let's see. SPY's looking like it wants to break that trend line. But it's still rejecting. Come on. Break 50. Break 50. Go pick me up down there. Okay, I'm going to take off 50 there. So we got 68.13. The other 50 shares at 68.13. SPY's getting a trend line rejection. Hopefully it'll remain a trend line rejection. And it will crush through VWAP. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at up here. Here's the SPY. It's getting a rejection off that trend line. It's coming back towards VWAP. And it is coming back, breaking back below the 9 EMA. So if we can get a move down towards these levels, I really think we're going to go for that. But obviously, if we don't, I've got to be ready. So BYND may get a flush down to, may even get all the way down to 65, 66. So SPXL, I may have to take some of my shares off here, just depending on what kind of move SPY tries to make. I really need to see SPY break down through VWAP. It's coming towards VWAP, so it's looking good. It's pulling a little, it's pulling back a little, making a, actually looks like it's making a higher low. So we really need to see a fail right here, guys. Really need to see a fail. And tell you what, it's strong. Strong. Strong, but it still hasn't broken above that trend line, and that's the part that we marked out. And if it breaks above it, I'm going to start piecing out of my shares. I don't want to. I'm really hoping to hold on to this, but gotta cut the losses. So right now, the only thing that I'm concerned about is how we have made a higher low. We have made a higher low, but if we can continue to get rejection off this trend line, that'll be huge. If not, I'll have to come out. Okay, it's tapping. But we'll see. Is it going to close? I'm going to give it time. Is it going to close? No, it's getting pushed back down. Oh, what's it about to do? It's right on the trend line. It's right on the trend line. It's teetering around there. Okay, got to start coming out. Piecing out some of my shares here, guys. So I'm going to hold 88 shares, and just going to see what happens here, because this could be a total fake out. If we look at, the 15-minute here, it still hasn't come above that high. It's broken out of that level twice, but couldn't remain. I still feel like the SPY is weak. But it's reclaiming the 9 and this trend line on the 5 minute, so just may have to get out. So it just reclaimed it on the 5 minute. Wow. SPY's strong, guys. SPY is very strong. And that basically kept me from, I mean, I wanted to be patient with it. I know I could have taken like 50, 45, 50 bucks on it at one point instead of being down, 80 bucks on it. But, guys, you got to, if you're going to get into a trade, you got to stick with it. You can't just get out. I mean, this is how a lot of people lose money trading, because they're so quick to take their winners, and then they let their losers run like that. Now I let my loser run on that one because it justified me staying in there. I mean, we are still below some very critical levels, and this still could turn around, and this still could come back down and break the SPY. This could totally be a fake out here. So, and we'll probably know by the time this next candle forms. But the thing is if I had let that winner run, it would have done very, very, very well, and I would have been in profit on the day. And then I'd be kicking myself, and I'd be like, why didn't you let your trade idea play out? And then, and that would only mess with my head for the next trade. So, you have to let your winners run. You have to try to let your winners run. So just have your stops set in place, and when you got to get out, get out. So SPY's having, look at this, guys. What did I tell you? It's a fake out. SPY's having a massive sell-off. It can't break that level. Can't break that level. So I'm probably going to go short on it again. Also going to look at American Airlines because this might be a good place to go short there. I'll wait for a pullback. I like how this one runs. Let's see, 2 minute, 5 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. Okay, that's a substantial pullback. So I'm go ahead and go short there and look for it to break VWAP. As long as SPY continues to pull, I think it's going to drag everything with it. SPY's chopping. It's chopping around, guys. But I still think we're going to go. Let's see. Stop limit 68. 1. Okay, limit. See if we can get those shares out here. There's a tug of war here. There's a tug of war going on right now. All I need is BYND to make a quick sell-off down to 68. 68.01 to be exact. Just need a quick sell-off there. SPY's, man, what a tug of war. What a tug of war. SPY's getting volatile, guys. It's getting really volatile right now. And there's honestly no telling what's going to happen. But I'll tell you right now, if it breaks down past this trend, if it breaks down through this wedge and then crushes VWAP, I'll tell you right now, if it breaks down through the wedge, I'm going short. If it breaks down through VWAP, I might even add. So we're watching it. BYND came back through. So we did 225 on BYND. We've got 223 so far on American Airlines. So I'm very bearish on SPY. I really do think that this is the turning moment. Now, if it's not, and if it proves me wrong, then I'm gonna have to be ready for that. You know, here's what I'm looking at. We had a buy up, a breakout of this wedge, getting close to a retest of these levels, really double topping with these levels, and it got completely sold off. So now if it comes back and recovers all this and recovers this green line, then my mind will change. My mind will change. Of course, with the way that SPY's been going, I could totally get chopped out on that. Right now with American Airlines, what are we looking at? It's kind of the wedge we're looking at there. And then, let's see. Okay, so I've got to be ready to cut my losses. So thanks, Sagar. Appreciate it. Okay. Like I said, I mean, it could teeter around these levels, but I think it's going to roll over. I think it's going to roll over, and we're going to have a sell-off. Now my timing could be wrong. It could, bounce up here another time. It could, I mean, the market has a way of chopping you out like that. But okay, and I will, let's see. SPY cannot break back into that wedge. I will consider coming out part of my position here on American Airlines, just until we figure out what direction this is actually going to go. Okay. SPY is not breaking back down into the wedge. It's a fight. There is a literal tug of war going on right now. We're either going to see a short squeeze or a massive sell-off. Now, obviously, if we get into short squeeze territory, I don't want to be a part of that. Looks like we're almost ready to break into that wedge. 1 minute. Again, I'm watching SPY on another monitor. That's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about breaking into the wedge. Obviously, on American Airlines, we're already in a wedge. Okay, SPY's squeezing up. American Airlines following suit. But is it a chop fest? Is it a chop fest? It's hard to tell. Is it coming all the way back down? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. We're about to get the drop. It's hard to tell. Okay. All right, I'm coming out for now. Down 154. I'm going to look for the next best move to make it back. Okay, so it's breaking out right now. Thanks, Notergen. You're not spamming it, man. So I see. I'm going back now. Let's see what you're saying. Nice mat. Let's see. On the 5 minute, looks like BYND might move up soon. That was, you were obviously. I think I saw that earlier. Let's see. Okay, short trace here in a little. Okay, went short on BYND. Okay. Okay, cool deal. Cool deal. Yeah, don't worry about blowing up the chat, man. It's cool. Good stuff. Coming up, Matt. You cut your loss in half. That's dope. Could be a good stopping point. The market is crazy right now as well. Just a thought. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's something I'm going to have to think about. The only thing is I don't want to miss this move. I am almost positive we're about to get the breakdown here. I'm almost positive. And so I don't want to miss that, because I think this is where I'll make this back right here. And you know, if I lose a little on trying or attempting that, that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. Okay. US oil is getting hammered on the 5 minute. It's getting hammered on the 5 minute. It's not good. Seeing divergence on Boeing, guys. Seeing divergence on Boeing. Which means that Boeing could have a good, strong move down 5 to 7 points, maybe even. So that might be another one that I would want to take. So let's see here. So you see the divergence between American Airlines. American Airlines is totally following Daddy Spy around right now. Boeing is not. Boeing is weak.